Hello everyone, my name is PolishLynx. We are going to continue with Everlasting Summer. We are in the forest. Day 4. We'll see where this is going this time. Time passed. We went deeper into the depths of the woods where the trees enclosed everything. Suddenly I realized that the forest had gone completely silent. As if the night birds had hidden in waiting for something, and the insects had dug in the ground. Even the wind had died away. I imagined that the streams of moonlight breaking through the thick foliage were ringing like plucked strings. At last trees parted and we walked out to a large glade. In the middle of it was an old building resembling a kindergarten. It was shrouded in a thick fog. It looked like we'd come out into a cemetery, and the old camp building at its center was a crypt. According to Ulyana, there were pioneer souls roaming here. Truly, it was like a mass grave. I shivered and clenched the flashlight tighter. A dreadful place, to tell you the truth. Oh, come on. She patted me on the back cheerfully, which only made me more scared. I was about to move forward when the moon showed among clouds, illuminating the glade, the old camp building and us. Under that light everything seemed not so old. The crumbling brickwork, rusty slide and merry-go-round, the few panes of glass that miraculously remained in some of the windows, they all became more vivid. I started to imagine that unknown monsters came out to the glade from the forest, a place of eternal darkness, where even the moon can't reign. I hope that they fear the light, like vampires. Phew, maybe they could turn into giant wolves at full moon, like werewolves. Why have you stopped? I'm thinking. About what? Why would Shurik want to come to such a place? How should I know? We'll ask him when we find him. Yeah, obviously. I mumbled and followed Ulyana. She walked more carefully now, looking under her feet, stopping occasionally and even looking back several times. But it's natural. In some places the grass reached her chest high, and nobody knew what could there be on the ground. Scrap metal, stones, shattered glass. We finally reached the door. Ulyana stopped and said, "Wait, well, here we are." As if you'd won a race. This isn't a game. You're a... What? Boring. I made a displeased face and stepped confidently into the darkness. It was dangerous to let Ulyana go first. Dangerous for her, dangerous for me, and maybe even for all the humanity. The inside of the gold camp building made an even more depressing impression. I even felt sad for it for a moment. Or probably for the people who lived here back then. It had surely been full of the joy of children in the past. Pioneers ran around, played games I'd forgotten. A strict leader like Olga Dmitrievna maintained order. One session ended and new started. And now it's just standing here, crumbling, rotting, forgotten. Look! Ulyana gave me an old rain doll, falling apart from the dump. One more piece of the past. So what? Nothing. She moved out of the light, but I noticed sorrow on her face. As sad as cemetery. Scary. I haven't seen anything scary yet. It was indeed more relaxing here than outside. It really was like a cemetery, as you look for a specific grave while walking among countless tombstones, feeling discomfort inside, but then you find it and your soul calms. As you lie next to it. I shuddered and let the flashlight play around the room. There was no sign of Shurik. However, what did I expect to find here? His corpse? Looks like he isn't here. What about the second floor? Shurik! I called loudly, but only my echo answered me. Shurik, come out! See? We should check anyway. Okay. There were no signs of life on the second floor either. I sat on the stairs and hugged my head, feeling doomed. Where to next? We can't walk around the whole forest, and I'm already sleepy. Why do you whine so much? Ulyana was irritated. Whining and whining, just like a kid. Oh, am I wrong? Right or wrong, what's the difference? If you are looking for Shurik, we must find him. But how? I begged. I don't know, somehow. Ulyana looked like a strict teacher and myself like a careless schoolboy. But shouldn't it be the other way around? Look! I turned the light in the direction she pointed and noticed a trapdoor in the corner, surrounded by garbage. It looked like it had been opened not too long ago. He must be down there for sure. Ulyana rushed to the hatch and made a great effort to open it. Why would he go down there? It was probably, I don't know, some villagers. Is there a village nearby? I don't know, Ulyana replied, breathing heavily. She hadn't managed to open the trapdoor. Alright, breathing heavily, manage the trapdoor. Fine. I started thinking there was surely a possibility that Shrink might be there. I didn't know much about this world after all. Actually, I knew nothing. Why should the local residents act according to my logic? Could it be that he tried to escape down there, running away from wolves? Are there any wolves, fool? Maybe owls? Okay, let's check it out. I strained my muscles and managed to open the trapdoor. It crashed loudly on the cracked wooden floor and, at the same moment, Ulyana leaned over the hatchway, lighting up the basement with a flashlight. It's some sort of a tunnel! A tunnel? I pulled her back by the scruff of the neck to look in there myself. Hey! Curiosity killed the cat. There was indeed a long tunnel running through the darkness. It looked like a dungeon from a computer game. There wasn't any danger at first sight. No wasted water, no rats, no zombies. Alright, let's climb down there to look, but be careful. Roger that! Ulyana beamed. It wasn't really dark down there. A flashlight did little to help. It dimly illuminated concrete walls, lamps hanging from the ceiling, and tangled in wires, and garbage abundantly covering the floor. We slowly moved forward. I had Ulyana's hand, fearing she would run ahead of me. Probably I was a bit worried about myself too, not wanting to be alone in this thick darkness. Maybe we should go back. Surely he couldn't have gone so far. What if he had a flashlight? Well, even with a flashlight, what would he be doing here? I don't know. Aren't you interested in what lies ahead? Not a bit. I'm more interested in... I didn't finish the sentence. A massive metal door suddenly appeared before us, as if from the thin air. I instantly noticed a biohazard sign. A bomb shelter. I realized. Probably. Have you heard anything about it? I don't know. Does it matter? Does it? What if there is a radiation? There is radiation. What radiation? Where from? Yeah, you're right. I took hold of the door as well and tried to move it. It yelled, to my surprise, and groaned like a dying dinosaur. The door opened at last, and Ulyana ran in there as soon as it did. Hey! Behind the door was probably the main shelter room. There were several beds next to me, some devices near the farthest wall, lockers, fluorescent lamps on the ceiling brightly illuminated the room. Where does the electricity come from? Are the backup generators still working? I turned off the flashlight to save the battery. Ulyana started to rummage in the lockers at once, taking out gas masks, packages, and various tools. Don't you have anything better to do? No. She looked at me with displeasure. I sat on the neatly made bed and looked around one more time. Right across the room from me was a door, the same as the one we entered. Could Shurik have gone through there, if he was here at all, and why? Why the long face? Just tired, I honestly confessed. Then rest for a while. Ulyana jumped at me and pushed me in the chest. I reeled back in surprise and hit my head against the wall. What are you doing? I grabbed her arms and pulled her towards me. She lost her balance and fell next to me. Ouch! You started this. Ulyana stuck out her tongue and sat up. Well, what's next? There, the other door. Sure, Shurik predicted a nuclear war and decided to hide beforehand, did he? Maybe he did. Maybe this shutter is too close to the surface. It could protect against the radiation, but if the bombs fell close enough... You're so serious about these matters? She smirked. I really didn't know when to be serious with her and when to joke. It seems like the age difference between us really matters here. How big is it? 10 years more? I sighed and stood up from the bed. Alright, let's try. But the door was less compliant than the first one. The bolt creaked, but the wheel didn't budge a centimeter. Seems jammed. Let me! Ulyana rushed at the door with a crowbar she got who knows where and applied herself to it with all of her unimpressive weight. That gave us chance. I helped her and soon the door fell to the floor with a bang. The hinges turned out to be completely rusted. Seems that not everything was made to last back then. Behind the door there was a tunnel, almost the same as the one we had come here for. True. Don't do anything stupid. I took Ulyana by the hand and stepped out of the room. It was another endless tunnel. The ceiling seemed to become lower, even though I logically realized that it did not change. Ulyana didn't seem to be bothered at all, though she was humming as she walked. It annoyed me more and more. Looks like we're having fun. Of course I am, aren't you? No, I don't see any reason to have fun. We should find Shuri quickly and get out of here. He may not be here at all. Then why the hell? Look! Ulyana snatched the flashlight from my hand. And there is a hole. There was a huge hole in the ground, a couple of meters in front of us. Hello, hole, for the 4th time we meet. He may be down there. She walked to the edge and leaned. Some rails. It looks like there was a mine under the tunnel. The depth of the hole was low enough to let us climb out of it, so I knew what Ulyana would say next. Come on! I wanted to object, but she had jumped down, leaving me in complete darkness. Hey! I had to follow her. I don't know what they dug for here, but the mine had been abandoned for a long time. The planks had become damp, the rails were rusted. Earth broke through the walls in some places. The whole tunnel leading into the unknown was suspicious. It looked like it was about to collapse and bury us. Come on! Ulyana desperately pulled on my arm. Where to? Why? What would Shriek be doing here? What if... She made a serious face. What if he's sitting here somewhere, injured and waiting for help, and we just turn around and go, leaving him to die? I estimated the height of the ceiling one more time and walked slowly after the restless Ulyana. And here we are, a fork. Let's go to the right. Wait. I grabbed her arm. What's the matter? What if it's a dead end? Or worse than a dead end, a whole labyrinth? Well, she thought. Then let's mark the starting point. Ulyana picked up a large stone from the ground and scratched a cross on one of the beams that supported the ceiling. Do you think that will help? It will. Probably I will have to choose where to go. I just can't leave it to the little girl. Well, you are going right. And now left. And now right. And now left. And right. And left. And here we are. At last the ray of the flashlight revealed an old wooden door in the darkness. Here we are. Where? Somewhere, I don't know. But she was right about something. At least we'd gotten out of the labyrinth. After all these turns and forks, I wasn't sure that we'd ever make it back, but on the other hand, why wouldn't this mine have any exits? Ulyana opened the door and stared into the darkness. So, you won't go first as usual? Okay, I stepped over the threshold. A small room was beyond the door, maybe a storage room for the bomb shelter. There were bottles and cigarette stubs, which means that somebody had been here before us. It wasn't an encouraging fact by itself, but now I was certain that there was another exit from the mine, since they couldn't have come the same way as we did. The ray of light moved around the roof, examining every corner. Suddenly, it lit up a human figure. It was Shurik, huddling up against one of the walls. "Hey, there you are! We've been looking for you all night, and you..." It seemed he hadn't even noticed us, just sitting and mumbling something. "Shurik?"
Who's that?"
"What do you mean, who? You're a rescue team. Get up and let's go."
"I won't go anywhere with you,"
he mumbled.
"You'll lead me around these tunnels again, I know. I won't go anywhere. I'll stay right here. You won't get me."
"Stop with your nonsense." It looks like he's gone insane.
No, you won't trick me this time."
"Stop it already!" It took a few steps at Shurik, but he jumped up at once and waved a metal rod.
"Don't come near me! Leave me alone!"
"Calm down, it's me, Semyon, don't you recognize me?"
"Semyon? No, you are not Semyon."
I noticed that Ulyana, who was standing next to me, had disappeared somewhere.
"You're not Semyon, and I'm not going to..."
In the trembling light, Shurik's hand appeared for a moment. Wielding the metal rod, I covered my head instinctively. Nothing. When I opened my eyes, he had already disappeared. Ulyana stood next to me and giggled, holding the metal rod.
"Just like a scout."
Yeah, a scout. From somewhere far off, the devilish laughter of Shurik was heard.
"He ran away."
Screw him, I don't care if he dies here. I spat on the floor and leaned against the wall. If it hadn't been for Ulyana, I wasn't prepared for that. Shurik might not have killed me, but he could have seriously injured me. To be left lying here injured would be equivalent to death. We don't even know when help will arrive. And would they be able to find me in this labyrinth? Why the hell did I agree to come here? Indulging that girl. Well, let's find the answers in the next episode, maybe. See you then, bye!